You would never expect a narcissist to beg, would you? They are arrogant, entitled, and grandiose. They act like God in human skin, untouchable and invincible. Mercy is something they demand from others, never something they ask for themselves. They spend their entire lives crushing the hearts of the people who love them. They mock their weaknesses, show no compassion whatsoever, and dismiss the very idea of humility. But here's the shocking truth. There are rare moments when the mask shatters, when reality hits the narcissist so hard that even the most ruthless of them fall on their knees and beg for mercy from you. When that moment comes, they don't cry out because of genuine guilt or repentance. They cry out of desperation, fear, and sheer survival. It's manipulation disguised as surrender. I'm Samir, narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome. Today I'm going to show you the only 4 times in life when a narcissist begs for mercy from you, and more importantly, why they do it. Because once you understand the psychology and spirituality behind these rare occasions, you will never mistake their begging for real change. You will see it for what it is, another strategy to maintain control. Number 1, the moment of mortality, begging in the face of death. When death or terminal illness stares them in the face, this is the moment that strips them bare. I saw it firsthand in my grandfather's last days. All his life, he showed no mercy to anybody. He was cold, psychopathic, calculating, and hard as stone. But when death stood in front of him, when frailty took over his body, everything changed. Suddenly, he became hyper-religious, asking every visitor to pray for him, sighing deeply all the time, and begging for mercy. This wasn't the same man who once thought of himself as invincible. It was someone terrified, desperate, reaching out for any illness pity. I've seen the same pattern with my father. Whenever illness struck him, his entire personality would shift. The arrogance disappeared, and what was left was a docile, fragile man, almost childlike. He would say things like, "Now you are my only support. First I trust in God, then I trust in you." In those moments, it was as if he regressed to being a helpless 3-year-old, unable to navigate the world alone. He begged for care, begged for mercy, and begged for love he never gave to anyone else. But the painful truth is, this begging was temporary. It came out of helplessness, not transformation. The moment health returned, so did the cruelty. They forgot their cries, erased the weakness, and pretended they never needed you. And in many cases, they became even more destructive, as if to prove to themselves that nothing could ever touch them. So, when a narcissist is dying, or facing a terminal diagnosis like cancer, that's when you will hear their begging most loudly. Why? Because they want a pardon, a last-minute escape from the consequences of a life spent hurting others. Number 2, loss of power, when wealth and status disappear. When all their money, status, or power is stripped away. For most narcissists, money and status are not just possessions. What are they? Their identity. Their wealth, influence, and connections are the things that make them feel godlike. They build entire lives around the illusion of control. They truly believe the collapse will never come. But life has a way of humbling even the proudest. A business failure, a market crash, an illness that drains their resources. Suddenly, the very foundation of their identity is ripped away. I have seen narcissists who once treated everyone like dirt crawling back to the very people they discarded. They beg for mercy not because they love you. They do it because you represent stability. You are the safety net, the person they hope will rebuild what they lost. This is where their victim complex shows up strongest. They will tell you stories of betrayal, of being wronged, of life being unfair to them. They will cry real tears from the horror of losing their empire. They'll say, "Take me back. I'll change. I'll do better. Save me." But don't be fooled. What they are begging for is not your love. It is your utility. They see you as the key to restoring their status. Think of it as karmic punishment, if you will. Sometimes life allows them to fly higher than ever, only to let them crash harder than anyone else. That drop, that collapse is where you will see them begging. But it is not rep. Number 3, public exposure, the humiliation they can't bear. When they are publicly exposed and humiliated with no way back. This is the rarest moment of all. Most narcissists spend their lives carefully maintaining their image. They hide their cruelty behind charm and charisma. But sometimes the truth comes out in such a way that there is no escape. This is the rarest moment of all. Most narcissists spend their lives carefully maintaining their image. When receipts are shown, when evidence spreads, when friends and family see through the mask, that is when you will witness a narcissist begging like never before. I know of a case where a narcissistic husband was living a double life, cheating, having multiple affairs. At home, he treated his wife like garbage. He played with her emotions like a football. But when she exposed him publicly, showing everyone the truth, what happened? He completely collapsed. The same man who once mocked her now fell to his knees, offering money, promising silence, and begging her not to say more. He didn't care about her pain. He only cared about his reputation. He begged for mercy not to save the relationship, but to protect his image. Public humiliation is their worst nightmare. They can endure losing love, but they cannot endure losing face. Exposure kills their false self, and in that death they beg for mercy. Mercy from you, the one holding the key to their image, the one holding the evidence. Number 4, total abandonment, the desperation of loneliness. When they are abandoned and left in total loneliness. Narcissists live off supply. You know that? Attention, admiration, fear, love, even hate. Any response keeps them alive. They are predators, parasites. But when everyone abandons them, when there is no one left to feed their ego, that is when the begging starts. Loneliness to them is like suffocation. They're predators, parasites. But when everyone abandons them, when there is no one left to feed their ego, that is when the begging starts. Loneliness to them is like suffocation, because they missed the supply you gave them. They want you back. To them, being ignored, being cut off, is worse than death. So they beg. They say, "Please don't leave me. I'll never hurt you again. I'll do whatever it takes to change. I cannot live without you." But remember, it is not love speaking, it is the desperate hunger of a predator left starving. And once someone takes them back, the cycle restarts. The begging turns into blaming. The weakness turns into extreme aggression. Worse than before, that loneliness-driven mercy plea is just another tactic to pull you back into the web. Conclusion. So, these are the only 4 times a narcissist begs for mercy from you. Have you seen them begging? Have they come begging to you in any other stance? Let me know in the comments below. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. Thank you so much.